Hey guys, so today's video is about something that I was going to cover, and then I think at the time I was covering some other things and I just didn't get around to doing it, but I'm gonna recap and then give you guys an update, essentially. So, pink sauce. There is a chef called Chef Pii on TikTok, and she made this like pink sauce for herself that she would pour on everything. People started being really interested in it, being like, are you selling it? Is this for sale? And she finally put the sauce on sale for $20 a bottle. When people started ordering it, things were just wrong. The delivery was not ventilated or cooled down in any capacity, and there was like perishable ingredients in there that could go bad. The ingredients list was sometimes a little bit like misspelt, like vinegar was misspelt, the serving portions were written, just everything was going wrong. The bottles would come exploded because I'm assuming of all the heat. The bottles would puff up, which actually means that there is like bacteria in there. Just a lot was wrong. And there was one girl actually that filmed, she was like the first person to order the pink sauce. She was apparently there like before she was even selling it, and she ended up getting it, and there were a lot of issues with the bottles. Like I said, the serving sizes, the ingredients, everything.
Okay, y'all, I've been back and forth all day whether I wanted to make this or not, but I bought it in the first place to review it. If you look at the order receipt, I ordered it July 1st. That was before any of the reviews came out, so I bought it because I wanted to give y'all 100% honest review. So that is what I'm here to do. My bottle doesn't look swollen, okay? It doesn't, it gives. There's no swollen. I've checked the seal. Everything's good on that. A little bite is not gonna hurt me, and if it does and it gives me food poisoning, at least I'll lose a couple pounds. And if I get sick, at least I have someone sick with me. So it's sealed. Okay, there's no air coming in or out of it. So it smells like ranch. Like, it smells like the dry ranch packaging, so there's really not like a bad smell to it at all. All right, she's a little bit more brave than me, so we're just gonna put that on there. I'm just gonna try that much. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Doesn't really have a taste.
It is like sweet ranch.
The aftertaste, I'm not messing with. It's like watered down ranch, just like everyone's saying, but
Yeah.
there's like a sweet aftertaste that is not good. Like, I would not eat this on my pizza. I wouldn't dip my chicken nuggets in it. She will, obviously, because she's still eating it. So if anyone ends up in the hospital, it's going to be her. But no, it's not. It's not bad. Definitely not worth $20 a bottle. But we support small businesses. I don't know if she's fixing things or not. That's not my problem. But it's decent. Not decent enough to buy.
For $20.
For $20. And I don't really care for the taste. It's not disgusting, but it's not for me. I don't really like it. Again, it's not like rich and creamy. Something that I would eat my pizza or like garlic knots in. Watery. I don't even know what I would dip in this. So, yeah, totally do not recommend.
So she grabbed it and she decided to send it off to a lab to get it tested to see if it's dangerous or safe.
Okay, so I just want to address this comment right here. After going back and looking at the video, I was like, yeah, you are right. So I pulled out the bottle and I opened it up and I had to stick my finger inside of it, but there is a piece of glitter inside the bottle. I don't know if it came from the label, because if you look here, there is glitter all over the label, just like people say it's stuck on with glitter glue. So is it edible glitter? Am I going to die? Is it safe? And you can see like all these pieces in there. I don't think there's any other glitter in there that I can see until it hits the side of the bottle. But my bottle, again, is missing the front label. I don't know where it is, if she took it off, but everyone else seemed to have a front label. Mine doesn't have anything. Also, when I was reading the label, I was opening it up with you guys. So what I saw was exactly what you guys were seeing. So yeah, vinegar is spelled wrong. I never said it was spelled right. And if you can see right here, like, it is so tiny. I didn't even see the serving size. It is 444. So that is wrong. And a lot of people are pointing out, like, infamous is not a good phrase. And it's on the bottle. The label's not proportioned to the bottle size. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with this bottle. For sure. But I would be so interested to sending this to a lab. And University of Arizona here has a food safety testing lab. And I think it's like $300. I don't know if I want to put my own money in, if I'm that invested, or if we all Venmo an account. But I'm willing to send this to be tested to see if it does have the botulism that everybody's talking about. Because everyone says the bottle's swollen. I don't know. So I'm willing to go send it to be tested out.
Now, since then, Chef Pii has gotten a bunch of criticism from YouTubers, TikTokers, people are reviewing this thing, and she halted all deliveries. And even I watched The Sesh, which is Kendall Ray's podcast. They were going to order the pink sauce and they did, and then their delivery essentially got cancelled because she is halting all deliveries of the product because it's not safe. And she is joining up with a big company that creates sauces, which will help her essentially make her sauces safely and scale the operation. I just don't think she expected the amount of product. Now, we can make all the excuses for her, but her response to the criticism hasn't been great. You know, she got called out for not being FDA certified, which she's not supposed, well, she doesn't have to be FDA certified necessarily, but she turned around and she said, you know, I'm not selling medication. Why would I be FDA approved? It's Food and Drug Administration, like food and drug.
What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products. The pink sauce is not a medical product. The pink sauce don't contribute to your health. I never said that. Did I? Make it make sense in the stuff that y'all saying. Like, really, like, I'm gonna talk to y'all like I'm y'all mama, because I got 2 kids and I ain't got time to play. So since y'all want to act like children, I'm going to talk to y'all like y'all children. I used to work at a middle school. Hello. Hello. How are you? Good day.
She's also making out of her kitchen, and there are some rules and regulations around that. Then allegedly an FDA agent came to her house and it was all sorted out, when in reality FDA agents don't come to your house.
They do come to your house. They do come to your house, but they will announce themselves. Like, it's not just like they will just turn up at your house and you're like, oh my god, hi, you're the FDA agent. They will like call up, make an appointment essentially to come and like inspect everything, yada yada yada. It's not just like one of those where they just like randomly show up to you. Essentially is what I was trying to say, is like they wouldn't just turn up without her knowing that they were turning up. And also from the uniform people could tell that it's not an FDA agent, it was a different branch that isn't the FDA.
So she was lying allegedly about being not FDA approved, but having an FDA agent come in and see that everything is okay, when in reality that wasn't the case.
The FDA showed up to the pink sauce lady's house.
Found out about it. We paused, like we didn't ship out anything. We haven't shipped out any packages since, you know, we have became aware of this issue. We also let our customers know that we are working expeditiously to correct any issues that we, you know, are facing right now today for the pink sauce to be as successful as it needs to be, and also to, you know, show the people that actually support the sauce that it is safe, and we are taking the precautions to make sure that they are not worried about their health concerns.
Gotcha.
And we fixed the packaging as well.
Okay. Well, on the business card has my email address. Any changes you make to your label before you spend money creating something that might not be accurate yet. If you have like a draft copy, you could send it, and then I can review with you and approve it and say, hey, you're good to go now.
Right.
And then at that time, we can also, well, next week, because we have a conference all for most of that first part of next week.
Okay.
After that, I'll be able to either revisit or discuss with you or call you to discuss it. I don't have contact information for you at all, though.
I will give it to you right now.
Perfect.
You got my card? Nah, I need to get him my personal number. So yeah, y'all see? Legitimate business. Hold on.
out of your house. This is for only out of your house products being made.
It's cool. It's cool. Right? It's okay. He's gonna help me.
So there's just a lot going on with Chef Pii. But Chef Pii now went on the Caramo show, and it's the most messy and biased thing I've ever seen. So she says that it was an issue with packaging only, and only the first shipment to someone that she allegedly knew.
You start receiving the backlash, and what was that backlash saying?
Okay, so there was a young lady on social media. She took it as the moment to say, hey, this is my moment to become viral. And that is what happened. She became viral from posting that video.
So this is someone who got one of your products.
Yes.
And saw that maybe if I post about this, I'm gonna get attention for saying, hey, pink sauce is wrong, pink sauce is this.
Yes.
She was like, me and this person got in touch like privately. It was just like one person, like just the first person that ordered it. And I was like, that's just such a blatant lie because we've seen all the reviews. There's more than one of them. They bring on someone who ordered the sauce, the girl that sent it off to the lab, and she was the one, like one of the first orders. Her name's Alo Beauty on TikTok. She essentially was going at this girl. I'm gonna post a few clips because I think it's really interesting to like see how like passive aggressive and just like weird this interview is.
I feel like I haven't met her yet, and just kind of the last line of her saying that I harassed her just didn't make me maybe uncomfortable because I never set out to harass anybody. And I think that's like a little bit delusional to say something like that.
So tell me, from your perspective, she says that she didn't harass you.
I think it's delusional to send a sample to a laboratory after you stuck your finger in it.
But you then went further. Tell me what you then did.
So I saw it and I was like, wow, this is such a cool sauce. It's bright pink, like I'm a sauce girl. So when I was doing the review, there was just so many red flags that I saw on it. Like the label, you know, when you make a USDA label, you have to put in batch numbers because if something were to be recalled, you have to be able to trace it down to the salt and pepper that is in something. And so if something...
Wait, not to cut you off, but to cut you off. So you didn't see the video because you follow me, right?
Well, I want to hear Alex.
She basically keeps on telling her that like she had no right to review it, essentially. That she should have just come to her privately, like she should have told Chef Pii privately that something's wrong. But it's like if you buy a product and you spend your money on it, you are allowed to review it wherever you want. You're allowed to post public reviews wherever you want because you bought this product and you're allowed to do whatever you want with it. There is no like necessity for Alo Beauty to do this privately because it's not necessary. It's not some kind of a law where like you have to first let the CEO know and then you can talk about it publicly. Like this just doesn't exist. So she also said that she should have contacted Pii, and when Alo Beauty basically turned around and said like, oh well, you could have let me know and like contacted me to see if I was okay, if I wanted a refund, yada yada. And Chef Pii basically said, you're not special. Like, why would I contact you? You're not special.
You had your time to talk, so just let me have mine. So I understand, like, if it does have dairy in it, you see all these concerns. You saw my TikTok. I follow you. You have my address, my phone number, my email. If once I posted my original video, if you wanted to make things right as a business owner, when you create a product, that's your pride and joy. You send it off to someone, they don't like it. You're like, oh my gosh, like that's my pride and joy. Let me fix it.
So you weren't contacted by Chef Pii?
And the thing is, if you knew I had a problem with it, you could have contacted me and I could have turned around. And I'm not a hateful person. I could have been like, wow, Chef Pii contacted me.
So you're saying that you contacted me?
No, I'm saying you didn't contact me.
Okay, but why would I contact someone who's fabricating something on the internet?
But nothing was fabricated.
To be honest, you're not special.
She's one of your customers. The complete like lack of self-awareness and any professionality in the way she carries herself or the way she carries her business is mind-boggling, and I would just never order food from her, like something I have to ingest because it just the way she's going about things. And the fact that she's still sitting here and like not taking any accountability, she's heavily downplaying the whole situation. Oh, it's just one person, it was just the packaging, it was just this. Heavily downplaying the whole thing. I mean, the sauce was a different color for every customer. Like, clearly there was no consistency in the sauce. And she's just sitting here downplaying the whole thing. Camaro show, for some reason, did zero research on this whole thing. This is what happens when like people go on talk shows. These news people, talk shows, mainstream news outlets, they have no knowledge of the internet doing. So it's very easy to just go there and be like, this is what happened, this is the version of the story. And clearly the producers were running with a certain narrative, which is that Chef Pii was harassed and dragged and criticized, which yeah, I'm sure she was to some extent harassed and criticized, but it's the way she responded to actual criticism that just doesn't really sit well with me. And they keep on, like the audience keeps on clapping every time Chef Pii says something really petty or like passive aggressive, where like she is the owner of this company, like, and this is one of her customers that came and is having a conversation with her. And just the complete lack of professionality is really blowing my mind.
I could have, taken down the video and done my testing and kept it to myself, which I did.
No, you could have reached out to me like, hey girl, you know what? I see what you're doing, it's amazing and all. I'm a supporter, but I think you should look into this. Take this step. Did you research this? Did you check out your packaging there? Versus trying to tear down my business and my livelihood.
And at one point, Pii starts holding the other woman's hand, and like you think they're gonna have this, like maybe Chef Pii's finally gonna apologize or something, and she's just telling this woman to like essentially just be a good person and be kind, and instead of choosing the path of being mean. And I was just like so lost and confused.
So, and I'm gonna touch your hand when I say this. When I said what is going on here? I meant that as you're not special as far as someone trying to hurt me. So I didn't take it as a direct insult because I know the industry and I know how people use different topics to build their platforms.
Then the host then starts going at Allure Beauty and saying how negatively this review affected Pii, her mood, her safety. She was harassed, she was bullied.
I think this is a moment of reflection.
Absolutely, and I think it's a moment of learning on both parts.
I think the learning is more on your part.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's being real. And this being real here. Because the thing is the matter of that her business, her livelihood, her safety is being affected now. And these are things that we don't think about. Mm-hmm. This moment is for you to realize that your power is really in what you're saying and what you're doing. And that one video that you did for that second, the follow-up video, had ripple effects that you have to acknowledge is there. Because if it was on the other foot, you'd be sitting here upset, crying, mad.
As if this person, one, did a really, really bad review. And even if they did, completely valid because you bought the product, you're allowed to say whatever you want about it. And as the founder of a company, you just kind of have to deal with that. But also her review was very tame, like very tame. She was very nice. They keep on blaming this one individual woman for all the hate that Chef Pii is getting, when in reality, there were thousands of reviews, thousands. Like there were YouTube channels talking about this. There were TikTok accounts talking about this. This one woman did not cause all this harassment. So to like ask her to come on the show and then essentially use her as the like sacrificial lamb and be like, you are the reason that she is getting bullied and harassed, when her review is actually really like tame. And they don't show the lab results at all. So now she went to Atosi's channel to do an interview essentially, where she talks about that she got the first source and pointed out all the mistakes with it, like the servings, the expiration date was wrong as well. Someone pointed out in the first video that she posted about the pink sauce, there was glitter in it, and that's essentially when she went back to it and she posted another video basically saying that she's going to send it off to a lab to see if there are any like extra products in there that are not supposed to be in there. Apparently the producers didn't even ask about the lab results. I feel like they already had like a narrative that they were going with, and regardless of what she was going to say, like they were going with the narrative, Chef Pii is the victim, everyone else is a bully. Like that's the narrative we were going with. The only thing I'm really confused about is she said she won't release the lab results, and Atosi kept on prodding. Like he asked for the lab results, she said no, and then he was like, well, can you tell us like anything from the lab results? And she was like, no, I feel like if someone had an issue with the sauce, they can come to me and I'll show them the results. She basically said that now that Chef Pii has stopped production and is working with a different company, she doesn't feel the need to release the lab results. But I'm just very interested to see if there was anything dangerous in the sauce, and I think that would be a great point of holding Chef Pii accountable, because so far she has downplayed this whole situation to act like it wasn't dangerous when in my opinion, it could have been. And the fact that she's not releasing the lab results, I mean, it could swing either way. It could be that the sauce is perfectly fine and she doesn't want to release the results, or it could be the sauce, it was actually really bad, but now that Chef Pii is working with a different company, this woman doesn't feel the need to drag her anymore. But I wish she had just released the lab results. I also wonder if there's some kind of an NDA cease and desist situation happening. Like, why wouldn't she give us the lab results? I understand not trying to drag Chef Pii after she's made the necessary steps to, you know, work with a bigger sauce company, make things safer, but I still think there are so many people that did get this sauce that are now kind of, like, they're obviously not, how many people are actually going to reach out to her? I just feel like I wish the information was a little bit more wide known, just so we could all kind of close this chapter and be like, was it safe, was it not safe? Like, I don't know, but I do understand her point of like, well, she is moving forward, you know, I'm moving forward, yada yada yada. I do wonder if she sent some kind of an NDA when she went on the show, or if Chef Pii sent her a cease and desist, maybe. I don't know, that's just my allegation. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. Subscribe to the bell, like, comment for engagement, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.